Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a simple, natural makeup routine that can have you out the door in under 30 minutes. Let's get started. The first product I'm going to use is a primer. Primers are a new thing. Used to help your makeup stay on longer and to help color stay more true during makeup wear. These have apparently been very popular in the professional makeup world for years, but just recently they've become available in drugstores. This is one by Claudia Stevens. It doesn't say that on the tube, but it will on the outer package. It's about $5, and it's facial prep foundation base. It costs about $5, and I got it at Sally Beauty Supply a few weeks ago. It just comes out as a clear base for your cosmetics. It's made of silicone. It also smooths over any wrinkles, fine lines, large pores, things like that, so that your foundation and all of your base goes on much smoother and much faster. Trusty little mirror here. This isn't the one I normally use, but the one I normally use is broken at the moment, so I'm going to use this one. You just put it on each little quadrant of your face and rub it in. Target up under your eyelids, the side of your nose. I'm sorry everybody, my webcam doesn't zoom in, but I'm doing the best I can here, so I hope it's helpful for you. Maybe a little bit extra on the cheeks, because still got a little bit on my hand. And you put that on. Give it about a minute or so to set. Wipe off your excess off your palette here. I use the back of my hand, or the back of whichever hand you really don't use, whichever hand isn't very prominent. You can use as sort of a palette, because if you can't turn your hand over, if you've got a dexterity issue or spasticity in your muscles, you can't really always use both hands the way you'd want to. So you just use the outside of your hand sort of as a palette to put things on. I do it when I wash my face too. I place cleansers on there after wetting my face and proportion out the amount I want to use and then apply it to my face. The next thing I'm going to use is this Jory Luminizing Moisture Tint. It's just a tinted moisturizer. It's got an SPF 20. Just a little sample I got in a Birchbox a few months ago, and I need to use it up. Plus I like this one for it matching my skin tone a little bit better than another one I've got. So it just looks like that. Sort of a fair flesh tone. I'll blend some out for you on my hand so you can see up close what it looks like. but I'll do that after I apply it to my face. Tinted moisturizers are a great thing for summertime because they also contain an SPF. And they're more forgiving than a conventional foundation can be. This look in particular isn't about heavy coverage or hiding every little imperfection in your face. I've got some rosacea, some bumps on my cheeks, but I'm going to let them be a little more visible today because I just don't have time to do a full heavy face of makeup. Not many people do, and if you've got great skin, more power to you. That's wonderful. Not all of us do. If you want to cover up with concealer beforehand, before doing the tinted moisturizer, you've got any spots or anything like that you want to cover, go right ahead. That's fine too. Just blend all that in. And that's sort of what it looks like. It gives a little evenness and a little bit of brightness to your face. Said I was going to blend this out for you, and I gladly will. And it just sort of looks a little bit better than your natural skin tone. It's a little bit more evenness and add some light to some areas. Next, I'm going to conceal, and I'm going to use the NYC Cover Stick. This is just a tube concealer, and the shade is 783A Natural. I'm just going to use this to cover up some dark circles. Draw a little sort of curved line on the corner of your eye. Blend it out. You can use your ring finger or the side of a finger or any one of your fingers. It doesn't really matter what you use. If you've got a dexterity problem, you may have some weakness in your hand as it is. I know they say that the ring finger is the weakest finger of them all, but for those of us with dexterity problems, which this channel is partly about, it may not be so easy to use the ring finger, but go ahead and use a damp sponge, the side of a finger, the side of your thumb, whatever it is you feel comfortable doing, because it's your face and it's you who's putting on the makeup and who has to wear it all day. My next step would be to just set everything. That's how that concealer looks once it's blended in. And I'm going to set everything with a loose powder. I'm going to use Maybelline's Mineral Power Finishing Veil. This is part of was part of their Mineral Power Foundation line, and it is supposed to be used to set your mineral foundation. I have that too, but I just didn't want to cope with the mess. Today I wanted something fairly easy. I'm also kind of not feeling well. I'm a little hoarse. Sorry about that, everybody. In order to dispense the finishing veil, you just turn the container upside down while it's closed and tap the bottom of the container a few times, and the powder will dispense into the inside of the lid. It'll come with these little kabuki brushes. A little kabuki brush similar to this, or you can just use one of your own if you've got one. You don't necessarily have to use the ones that come with the makeup. You just swirl, and then you tap, and it's supposed to remove your excess. I'm not sure if it actually does, because I've never seen anything falling from the brush back into the lid, but I figure you can't complain about how products work if we don't at least follow the instructions. Okay, you take this and you swirl in a circular motion all over your face. Oh, done. Next would be blush. Now, as you can see, I do have some rosacea on my cheeks, so I'm not going to do a heavy amount of blush today because I'm only wearing a tinted moisturizer and it doesn't cover up the rosacea, and any blush is probably, or at least if I were to use a lot, would would worsen the look of the rosacea. So next I'm going to use this blush. It is a Sally Girl blush, sort of a peachy tan kind of color. Comes off, and it's matte, just like that. It's very sort of light depending on how you apply it. Isn't a tremendous amount of pigment, but that's okay. We can go over a few times and move on. Now, I normally hold a blush brush like this, the conventional way, but that's because I can. But if you can't do that, that's fine. Maybe consider lacing it through your fingers and holding with your thumb on the other side. I'll just take it, you get the backs of your cheekbones just a little bit behind the apple of the cheek. There we go. I prefer not to get the apple of the cheek because I recently learned a different technique to applying blush from a fellow YouTuber. Goss is a professional makeup artist located in the United Kingdom, who has been doing makeup, I think, for about 10 to 15 years now. And he has taught all of his YouTube followers to not apply blush on the apple of his cheek. Because when you smile, the apple of the cheek is there, and that's lovely and wonderful and great, but when you stop smiling, what happens? The apple of your cheek falls. And when it falls, if you've got some blush here, it can make you look older. Not necessarily what we want. We want to lift the face, make it look higher, younger, more lifted. So, apply on the outer apple of the cheek at the nose. Not right next to the nose, right near your, go all the way up to your ear. Just gonna double check, make sure everything's good. Okay, cool. It's all blended in. And there are multiple ways to hold a blush brush. You don't have to hold it like this. You can hold it like this. I've even seen people hold it like this, which seems sort of infantile. But if you have a physical dexterity problem, it's not infantile in the least. What it is you're trying to apply your blush, that's all. To each their own. Whichever way you would like to fold it, or whichever way you're comfortable, that's fine. Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you, although I would recommend when you hold it like this, to try, if you can, to keep a looser grip. If you don't, your brush may shed a lot more than it normally does, and your application might look a little too harsh or kind of spotty. So that's just another tip for you. I'm not going to do much of an eye look this time, but I am going to curl my eyelashes. Just look down into the mirror. You needn't be afraid of it. You might have a spasm during it, but if at all possible, just breathe and relax, and it should pass, and nothing should happen. It's too horrible, hopefully. Look down. Please. Now just give a little lifted, happy look to my eyelashes. I can't really get close enough to the camera to show you. Plus my eyelashes aren't very dark, so you can't really see them too well. But that's okay. Just take our next step and get it going. This is a Sally Hansen Moisture Twist. Sorry. Primer plus color lip gloss. It's a very sparkly pink in the tube, and much to my happiness, is a nice sparkly opaque pink out of the tube. Now, all we've got to do is just put it back in there. It's a gloss on the applicator. and bye. And there you go. You're done. That's it. Now without all the instructions, that can take about 10, maybe 15 minutes. If you want to do something extra, like add eyeshadow or mascara. I currently don't have a mascara at the moment, so you're more than welcome to add or take away from this, whatever it is you like. And just remember that makeup is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be this big, heavy, serious, all-encompassing thing. There are thousands of beauty gurus on YouTube and everything. But at the end of the day, makeup washes down the sink. As long as you're happy with how you look and you feel good about yourself, that is what is important, regardless. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye, everybody.